She stood there, a silhouette against the glass. Eyes bright, she leaned closer. Anticipation buzzed beneath her skin. The needles glinted under the harsh light. Promises of perfection beckoned her. Each poke felt like magic. The prick was quick, yet it thrummed with power. Swelling flesh craved more. Each injection reshaped reality. She flipped through glossy pages. Beauty, unattainable yet hypnotic. Her desire mirrored those images, flickering with possibility. Alarm lurked in loyal eyes. "You're changing," she whispered, voice trembling, but the words fell on deaf ears. Walls dripped with ambition. The air thickened with unrealized dreams. She savored the thrill of impending change. Lines sharpened, features twisted. Her reflection morphed, pulling away from her. Terror flickered and was quickly replaced. In the dimness, she saw not horror, but a tantalizing allure. The beast beneath the skin beckoned with familiar grace. She stepped back, a monstrous elegance claiming the space. Freedom washed over her, an intoxicating high. Splintered remains of the past gazed back, fading echoes of a lost identity. Obliteration had its charms. The new visage shone with eerie satisfaction. Darkness twinkled in the depths of her gaze. Beauty had no bounds. They sparkled like obsidian, reflecting a liberation found only in nightmare. Perfection, she realized, could be hauntingly beautiful.
The air thickened with an unsettling chill. Shadows danced, twisting around the creaking structures of a forgotten home. Something ancient stirred beneath the floorboards. Nature whispered secrets through rustling leaves. The cypress trees groaned, as if burdened by their own memories. The bayou remembered. Fingers brushed against the spine, stirring dormant whispers. The scent of mildew and regret wafted up, beckoning her closer. Each stroke of the quill screamed of torment. Lines blurred in the flicker of candlelight, illuminating tales of blood and vengeance. Portraits of death hung heavy in the air. Their gazes pooled with secrets. A history pulsated like a heartbeat, growing louder with each passing second. He scoffed at the superstitions. Beliefs felt like chains, clunking around the house, rattling against laughter, yet doubt flickered in his heart. Old tales echoed beyond the drumming rain. Legends of loss and sorrow clung to her words, casting a pall over the home. Hope dwindled. The air thickened with sorrow. A voice, cold as death, called out from the beyond. Longing entwined with rage, binding her to that fateful night. Horror pooled in her chest. She grasped at straws of understanding, willing to bargain, to plead for salvation. A curse inherited. They intertwined, tormented souls at war. Power surged through the air, twisting fate with every heartbeat. Echoes of a sinister legacy. The dawn was deceptive, pure against the remnants of despair. Quiet reigned, yet something was amiss. Light and dark were forever transformed.
She lingered with the ocean breeze caressing her. A sparkle caught her eye, a ring nestled in the sand. It shimmered, inviting. He sprinted toward her, breathless and frantic. "That's my grandmother's ring." His voice was a mixture of fear and determination. In her eagerness, she stumbled. The umbrella tipped, tumbled, and laughter erupted. An explosion of mirth softened his furrowed brow. Amidst the playful chaos, stories flowed. Voices intertwined, and warmth blossomed like the twilight petals unfolding around them. Just as she extended the ring, she paused. An inscription glimmered under the fading light, whispering secrets of a shared past. He leaned closer, captivated. "My family, it's all tied to a story," he began, roots unfurled as a tapestry woven through time. The evening surrendered to night. They wandered, hearts entwined. Each step sealed a promise, the unfolding of something profound. Their laughter chased the tide. Echoes of joy kissed the shoreline, a testament to newfound companionship blossoming amid the stars. As they walked onward, starlit paths beckoned. They left behind more than a ring, They carried a sparkling promise, their destinies intertwined.
The cabin groaned under the weight of the storm. Each gust of wind whispered secrets of despair. The sea raged, mirroring the turmoil inside. He found it half buried in the sand, an ancient relic smooth and sinister. Its whispers beckoned, tugging at hidden desires. Shadows danced like phantoms. Night after night they crept closer. Each flicker held a promise, a temptation to abandon all. He woke to chaos, a forest of twisted forms, each figure a reflection, each twisted piece a dream shattered. Isolation became his muse. Time slipped through the cracks. She stood outside, sighing into the void. Each day she lingered, yearning for their bond to endure. The storm grew fierce, drowning out her calls. Through the torrent she shouted, but the wind devoured her words alive. They surged from the depths like nightmares, calling his name. Their movements were fluid, haunted with unspoken grief. He stood at the brink, entranced by the chaos. The whispers swirled, seducing him. A promise of release lay just beyond the dark tide thereof. Desperation clawed at his heart, love, loss, and longing intertwined. His sacrifice loomed, a choice bound by threads of pain. As he surrendered, the shell whispered no more. A final echo faded into the cacophony of the sea. The tide embraced his betrayal. She approached the shore, heart heavy with loss. Only silence met her. The ocean roared, briefly swallowing her brother's laughter. The night was alive with whispers anew. A void awaited the next lost soul. The cycle of yearning continued, the sea hungry for more.
Laughter echoes in the stillness. A challenge hangs in the air. The night breathes heavily. Shadows ride just beyond the circle of light. Silence swallows the mirth. The world blurs, swallowed by a pale mist. Unease coils tighter in their chests. Each step forward seems to pull them deeper into dread. Their deepest fears materialize. Grotesque figures writhe in the shadows. A monstrous silhouette looms, consuming courage. The air thickens with desperation. Panic erupts. Heartbeats race like thunder in the night. Horror takes root in fractured minds. A desperate plea for light screams silently. Creation turns to chaos. Imagination spirals into dark corners. Fog of anxiety envelops her thoughts. The monsters whisper threats, mocking her talents. What once inspired laughter now breeds insecurity. Shadows mock his jests, gripping him fiercely. In the laughter's void, echoes of worthlessness emerge. The fog thickens, a canvas of fear painted with their anguish. Souls clash against the dark. Screams intertwine, a haunting refrain in the night. A spark of remembrance flickers in the anguish. An ancient rhyme dances on her lips. The light calls, threading warmth through despair. Unity ignites a flame within. They summon trust, barricading insecurities. Fear shudders, losing its grip, retreating into the night. Together they face the darkness. Shadows dissipate, retreating into the void. Laughter slowly returns, a sound of defiance. They step into dawn, the haunted woods slowly unraveling. Strength burgeons in their hearts. The horrors of the night a mere footnote in their story. The real terror lies within, now embraced, no longer shackling them. Change blooms in the light as shadows dissolve into memory.
The air was thick with silence. A young woman uncovered a family photograph, its edges frayed. An unfamiliar face peered back, eyes dark and knowing. A chill skittered down her spine. Who was this stranger in her past? Unease gripped her heart, urging her to dig deeper. Footsteps echoed, a ghostly chorus in the empty home. Eerie sounds enveloped her, intertwining dread and curiosity. Confrontation sparked between generations. The old matriarch's voice trembled with fury, warning of past horrors better left buried. His pleas rang hollow against the anger. Tension thickened the air, a rope pulling tighter, threatening to snap. Hands trembled as the lid opened. Words spilled forth, detailing unspeakable fates, awakening something ancient and powerful. As she read the last letter, the air turned heavy. The warmth of the attic faded, replaced by an overwhelming dread. The faceless figure grinned, a malevolence twisting her reality. Panic surged, a primal instinct to flee. Heartbeats raced in a frantic dance. Shadows reached for them, whispering dark secrets, hungering to be known. Sealing their fate, they pressed against the door, but an insistent tapping began, echoing like a heartbeat. The atmosphere crackled with tension. They felt it, a voracious entity, relentless and lurking, demanding acknowledgement. As the tapping persisted, reality twisted. Forever altered, they realized some truths bleed into bonds, unyielding and inescapable.